will help make sure that the connection.
We're live. We're live. We're live, everybody.
Are we live?
Hi. We're live.
One watcher.
Surprise.
Hello, happy one person that joined. How are you? Oh no, there's more.
Hey queens, hey queens, hey
Hi, guys. We're going to wait for everyone to come live.
Y'all are on
Live
time.
with it.
That's right, we're on time.
What's up?
We're live with it, y'all.
We're pretty good about being on time.
We're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hi, guys.
Hey guys.
So, here we are. Us four together for the first time in weeks. Of course, taking the precautions
Probably
necessary.
Over a month and a half.
Over a month and a half. Washing our hands, doing our thing, being careful. But we wanted to come to you guys live today, and we're so excited because we are going to be adding a dear friend of ours, Shannon Beveridge, to this live.
Is she here? Has Shannon Beveridge entered the building
Has Shannon
yet?
entered the chat?
Let's see.
Let's see.
Shannon, you ready?
Let's
Where's
see if
she at?
Shannon's here yet. She just told me she was trying to get good Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
So
It doesn't look like she's joined yet.
not yet.
Not
So
yet.
we're waiting for Shannon. We're so excited. Shannon,
wait for a quick
we'll wait
caller.
for her to get on here. But Shannon's been a really good friend of ours for a few years now. When we
I'm
first
sure some of you found out about us through her
Shannon.
and through our friendship. So who knows? And if you haven't heard of Shannon before, she is a baddie, a YouTube baddie, an influencer and LGBTQ activist, I would say.
Yes, I would
She's
say so,
amazing,
too.
and you should definitely check out her
An
content.
incredible human being.
She's
and
the
awesome,
bomb.
and the funnest friend.
And so sweet, so nice.
Let's see if
Salt to the goddamn earth.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Shannon, where are you at? Shannon told me she was trying to get good Wi-Fi, so we're waiting.
Yeah, I don't think she's
We lied to you all. She's not coming.
Like, what you didn't know.
She's actually not our
She's
friend.
fully
We just
not
sent out our
coming.
hopes to the wind.
Yes, a videographer and photographer. That
Yes,
someone said
a
that.
director.
Shannon is amazing. She's
She's the best.
a creative.
And if you're here
genius.
because of Shannon, you don't know us. We're the Aces.
Hi, we're the Aces.
We're a band. And we make pretty good music.
We're
Oh,
a
this
band.
is her. There she is.
All right, we're gonna
She's
add
joined.
Shannon. How do we? Okay,
Yeah.
go live.
Let's do this. Ready?
She's live. We got our drinks. We got our drinks ready to go.
Okay.
Cilantro on the chopping board.
Cilantro. It's definitely not cilantro.
What is that?
It is mint. We're not putting
It's
cilantro.
mint. Oh!
We got our Grey Goose ready.
Shan, what's your drink of choice tonight? What are you making?
Okay, well, first of all, I should have done my hair and didn't, so now we're gonna
You
have
look
to
great.
do it like this. I look like this.
It's quarantine look.
Quarantine looks.
Yeah. Okay, I've got mezcal,
Wonderful.
Oh my gosh, she's a mezcal girl.
Sick.
Trader Joe's margarita mix,
Yep.
We love.
We love it.
fresh squeezed orange juice,
Yep.
We love it.
and this cup of ice.
Oh my
Very,
gosh,
very simple. It's very easy.
Shan, you're missing the key ingredient, which is tiny umbrellas.
Just for sure. Yeah.
You're missing.
I'm definitely missing that.
Shannon,
I
how
miss
are
you guys.
How are
Why
you?
not?
I
doing?
miss you too.
How's
Just
quarantine
chilling.
been for you?
I feel like I can't complain. I've been in Florida, so it's like nice weather, and although I look like I'm in like Colorado right now,
Don't we?
I feel like, oh my god, I feel like I just all day am like rotating sweatshirts because I just want to be cozy inside.
Exactly.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
hoodies are like the one staple that I wear every single day. I think this is the first day I haven't worn a hoodie in my entire quarantine.
Honestly, the whole quarantine.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. Are you guys? You're all together, obviously, but you're.
We are.
There's
Which,
a
like,
green screen behind us.
for the first time in like months, but we've taken all of our precautions. No one has a fever. Everyone's okay.
Utah's doing really well.
Yeah.
Our cases are really low, and we've been social distancing.
I
Been
love
crazy
that.
though. Crazy times.
Shannon, I want to know more about the cat that you post about every
Yes.
Yes.
day.
Can
I
you
actually
tell
have
us
to know more about
about
She was
this
just right
cat?
here a second ago. She is a Sphynx. I think she's 5 years old. I always get it wrong. She's my friend E-Rose's cat. She flew from New York to Florida. She's actually a Manhattan cat.
She's so
Oh my gosh.
A Manhattan.
Yeah. And yeah, she's She's so cute. She's a little bit, maybe possibly overweight, but we don't talk about that.
That's like our cat thing. Big is like, so when we adopted our cat a few months ago, the only note in her medical notes was appears pregnant, is just obese. That's it. Those are only
No! Appears pregnant. Okay, I'm making my drinks as well.
Yes. Okay. So we're making like mint mojitos with vodka though. I think it's traditionally supposed to be rum.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know about that. So we got a little lime juice. Put her
I
in
love
there.
that.
A little lime.
Little lime, a little vodka, little Grey Goose. We got our some ginger ale, I think, is what we're doing.
I said I wasn't gonna drink, but I think I am now.
Well, you have
I
to
think
drink.
I made that decision.
Come on.
You got Shannon on the live stream. You gotta drink.
It's just a Monday.
It's just a Monday in the quarantine. You gotta drink.
Put a little to everyone
I don't know if that was
watching.
a lot or a little.
If you're making a drink, tell us what you're making.
Yeah, please join us in making a drink at this time.
You guys, I feel like I'm gonna forget that like there are other people watching. Because you just said that, I'm like, who else is gonna make a drink? I'm like, we're just on FaceTime together.
Like, what are you talking about? We're just on
Like, what do you mean? Shannon, I know you wanted to talk about like music and stuff and kind of like how it's getting you through your quarantine.
It is.
Do you like how do you consume music in the quarantine? So you're making playlists a lot, or like what do you do?
Yeah, I'm making playlists. I've also, you know, because the quarantine stuff, obviously like a lot of artists, you guys would know, but are trying to make kind of more like lyric videos and things that they don't have to film. So I've been working on some stuff with one artist in particular named Joy. Whoa. And so I've been like making playlists, but also like just to be inspired to make her videos, like watching a lot of stuff on YouTube and just like music videos. That's where I like sometimes a music video will make me like a song that I didn't like before.
Totally.
For sure.
Totally.
100%. So you're working on like lyric videos and stuff for that artist?
Yeah, like visualizers basically.
That's fucking
And
dope.
lyric type stuff. Who knows? It's like a weird time, but it's fun to like have anything to work on.
Yeah, it's been super like interesting as artists as well to figure out what to do visually now, because we originally were supposed to go and do like 3 more major music videos over the next 2 months, and obviously those are all like a no-go because you can't get like 50 people together to make a video like that. So now it's just like being on the phone with our team every day, like, okay, what are we gonna do? And basically it's just like make a homemade video. Like that's like pretty much what the option is. It's like take your phones, or we'll send you a camera or something and just like go do something. And it's been interesting too. I've seen a lot of artists doing animated videos, which I think is interesting. Like a lot of animators are killing it right now.
Totally.
So it's been fun though. It's been like such a,
I feel like it's just a challenge.
Yeah.
It's cool to like have to do something different. And I mean, you guys are lucky since you like direct all your shit anyway. It's kind of like,
yeah,
at least you have you there to do whatever. Whereas some people are like, I feel like you can see kind of more frantically like, what do I do?
Yeah,
for sure.
Especially
it's so interesting to like have to. It's been kind of fun in a way. Like I'm not gonna be like quarantine's pretty fun. Like it's not really been like fun, but like it's been cool to like artistically be like, okay, it's almost like an exercise, right? It's like if you don't have A, B, and C, what can you still create? And like what can you still do that's like interesting with just this amount of resources? Because I think it's super easy to get like, you know, like I don't have the right this, I don't have the right that, I don't have the right connections, I don't have the right any of these things, right? But like when it comes down to it, you don't need any of that.
Yeah.
And it's made me realize, you know, personally, I can work so much harder than I think I can, and I can get so much more done with so much less, you know?
Totally.
So that's been cool.
Yeah, there's like no excuses. I've realized that about so many things that I'm like, now that I'm functioning in the quarantine with like working out at home, making content from home, it's like, why wasn't I doing this before? Like, there's no.
I mean, we have the whole world at our fingertips.
Right either. Like, there's no right way to do anything.
No.
So it's just like, it's kind
We've been like tricked. We've been tricked by like big labels and stuff that there's like one way to be a big artist, and like that's just not the truth. I don't know. I think it's interesting too to see. I feel like it's going to be the bigger artists who have like the more stressful, like, I mean, although they have huge teams behind them that help them, but like they're going to be the ones that are like, what do you mean I'm not making a huge music video? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
like that's become so like normal to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it's fun to watch all the artists and like just content creators in general try to make things.
Totally. Yeah, it's cool.
It's hard to make like YouTube videos because I'm like, what do I do? I'm not gonna make like this is my at-home workout routine. It just doesn't fit my vibe. It's not gonna happen.
That's not your vibe.
No.
I was thinking about it and I was like, and obviously you're a YouTuber, so you can like speak to this. But I was thinking about YouTubers in this time, and I was like, y'all are kind of ahead of the game because like, has anything like super changed for the YouTube platform? Like, you can still like do like so many YouTubers I follow like do like random shit in their kitchen all the time. And I'm like, so nothing's changed for you.
No,
Like,
totally.
you're just pumping out videos like that. It's like it's kind of awesome.
There's definitely, it's funny though too, because I feel like they also have more competition than ever with like the amount of people that are going like doing live streams and like creating like just like at home session videos. I've seen so many artists do like YouTube live streams even where they're doing like at home concerts and stuff. Yeah. So I think it's funny for YouTubers because we have more competition than like ever with mainstream media.
I haven't thought about that. Now it's so saturated, huh? Because every creator, whether it's music, any like form of entertainment has
actors. Yeah,
crazy.
Everyone's stuck at home, so they're like, oh wait, what do we do now? And everyone, if you're a creative person, I feel like you can only be stuck for so long before you're like, what do I do now? Like, what do I make? How do I connect?
Yeah,
especially, I don't know, it's interesting too to see how like touring artists, like artists who like at their core like are like touring like 200 days out of the year are like freaked out by this. Like it's
scary.
It's very scary for like their whole financial.
Oh, absolutely.
The model that they've created is just not sustainable now. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Pushing everyone out of that box. Out of the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it is, yeah, because there's just so much room to like create things that have never been done before, which is so cool.
Do I sound really echoey to you guys?
A little bit.
Yeah, I hear the echoes. It's not bad though.
Like a rapper. It's kind of like an aesthetic though. Like
delay.
it's like a vibe.
How's that drink?
My first sip was disgusting. It's
Not gonna lie, mine's not great either. So
please look how I just put random little chops of the.
You just have leaves.
I might strawberry minutes.
Yes.
You went in on the mint. You went in
A
on
lot of mint.
Shannon, who are you listening to? What music are you listening to?
What's the first song on that playlist?
Well, I don't know if you guys are familiar with a band called The Aces. Big fan of those guys.
You sound great.
Oh my god.
Y'all's video was so cool too.
Thank you.
So
Oh my gosh,
cool.
you guys, I want you and Lisa to talk about directing because I know you direct music videos.
Shan, we need to do a collaboration video.
Let's put our brains together.
No, we definitely should. It should be like a.
I'm so down. I'm so down.
Awesome. I'm glad you liked the video though. Thanks.
It's so cool. It's so well done. You guys
really
have such a like. I think it's just so cool that you can be like this little like girl gang. Like I feel we don't see enough of that. You know, you're just always like the boys club, and it's like cool to just see like you guys are just all so cool, and it's like
so nice.
You're so.
I like that the video you just made too. You could replace every person with like any gendered person, and it's still like the same story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not like there's not anything sexist or like leaning towards like I don't know. It's just cool that it's very like it could be anyone doing any of those roles.
Absolutely.
I love that. Thank you for saying
Yeah,
that.
thanks for saying that.
Yeah, I think that we just wanted to push any kind of perception like that, and I think that as well as like have women. I love that it starts out with you thinking that like this dude's like picking me up and I'm like in his car and then I like just steal his car and
Totally.
So I think we're always wanting to like push that the idea of like women but push the idea of like what women need to do or who they need to be and who they need to please, you know?
Totally.
And comes back to your girls, you know? Just like steal a car and steal a car.
And like and like what it means to be like hot or attractive. Like it's not like you guys are like showing a bunch of skin. Not that you couldn't, because you totally could, and you have rockin' bots, so you can whenever you want to. But the point is like it's just like you guys are just like hot without like giving up a part of you that doesn't make sense for like who you are as people.
Totally. That's a really good way to put it, actually.
And I think we're always like, yeah, that's a goal for us too. And I think you do that so well too, you know? It's like the whole being beautiful without the stereotypical like tons of makeup and like showing your body and like all this stuff. And I think it's a new wave of the new generation of young women.
Yeah.
And I think
But you
You
don't
can
have
be
to
whoever.
pressured, because I think growing up, you know, when you, especially if you grow up in like, I know you grew up in like Texas and we grew up in Utah, it's like very religious and there's like a way to be a woman, right?
Yeah, totally.
And, like, especially if you're queer, that can feel really like so strange. Like I remember when I was in high school and I had a bunch of friends who were like very feminine, right? And like naturally that way and super like comfortable in it. And I would like try to be feminine in those ways, right? It was like the stereotypical like feminine ways. And it would like feel so strange for me.
Totally.
And then I started to realize, like, okay, being feminine is not just like these ways, you know? Like you can be feminine in so many ways, and like masculine or whatever the hell you want. You don't have to.
it's the beautiful part about it.
Yeah.
Totally. But it's like people like you that are rewriting that too, which is sick.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
you too.
such a good compliment. Seriously, you too. No. Who else? Who else are you listening to?
Remy Wolf. Do you guys know her?
I love her.
Come on.
So cool.
She's so fun.
Love. And I'm just literally just looking at my playlist. Have you guys listened to Holly Humberstone?
No.
She has a song called Falling Asleep at the Wheel. It's really good.
Oh, wait,
I
I
wish
think I've heard the song. I just didn't know who it was by.
Yeah, she's super cool. I don't know. What am I listening to? I really
Honestly,
just like.
though, for you, I feel like whenever we hang out, I hear a song I've never heard before, and I'm like, what is this? Like, who's DJing all the time? And it's always like your playlist full of songs that are like amazing, but I've never heard them before. Oh, she paused.
Oh, got a phone
We've lost her.
call.
Are you back? Oh, did you hear me?
Oh my god. Sorry. You said that every time you hang out with me, you hear a song you haven't heard.
I hear new songs that I love. Like you're always showing us the new tracks.
All the time. I feel like every time we've been at your apartment and you guys like put music on the TV, I'm like, what is this? You're like, oh my god, this new music video, this new song, and you're always like showing us so many new songs and artists.
I'm definitely consuming like maybe too much at times.
No, I love that.
I gotta turn this off.
Because I'm the total opposite. Like, I will find one song that I love or one record, and I'll listen to it for like only that for a month.
No, I do that too, though. I definitely, when I curate my playlist and there'll be like 40, 50 songs, but like, I'm definitely skipping a lot of them. And not in a, like, I'm like, I know there's a song on here I really want to hear, so I'll just skip through.
Yeah, I'm totally the same way. I will literally just like, Elisa and the girls can speak for it. They'll be like, hey, Crystal, stop. You heard that song literally 6 times in the past 30 minutes. You need to change the song. And I'm like, dude, but like.
Ever since this quarantine started, I've not heard or listened to another song that's not off that Dua Lipa record.
I'm only listening to the Dua Lipa record. Like, that's literally it.
But it's so good.
It's really good.
It's so
Her
good.
visuals.
So sick.
Dude, crazy.
What is the budget for those music videos?
I know,
It's
like the
insane.
fucking budget.
We don't want to talk about the budget.
Crazy.
Like, that's just crazy. No,
Yeah,
the reason
Chris.
I love that, and I guess we can talk about this too. Like, what kind of music do you find yourself like what kind of music soothes you? Like, what kind of music is the music that like is your go-to that kind of always comforts you?
I think it's like, I don't know. You guys know it used to be called Left of Center playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
Now I think it's called Lorem. I tend to like lean towards music like that. So just mostly like, it's like emerging pop. Like, you know, I'm really into like just new acts, but also just like anything that's not
That dog.
And it-
Nori just yells.
But I'll also always have like the Dua Lipas too. It's just like fun for me to find songs that I think I just find joy in like what you guys said. Like I like to play a song and people will be like, oh my God, I've never heard this song before. And I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, but just so kind of lame. Like when I think about it, like I don't want to be that. Like I'm just like a hipster. I'm a
You're a
fucking
hipster. Own it. Hipster. No, I love that. I think there's like different kinds of obviously ways people consume music, right? Like I think for us, it's also different if you make music, I think, in the way that you consume it versus like if you don't make it. And sometimes they're the same time, sometimes they're not. Like for me, I think I think the girls too, I think we consume music like kind of the same, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty obsessive. So like, and also if I'm making music, I don't listen to as much music.
When we're writing a record, I don't listen to music almost like at all. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm making it all day, so I don't listen
No,
to it.
it's
But
that's a lot of
sometimes-
artists I know are like that. Like
Yeah.
a lot of artists I know say the same thing. And a lot of artists I know don't even really listen to that much music like in general sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
you're really
really-
like creating it and making it all the time. So it's almost like you listen to yourself and your ideas and your things, and then you kind of want to like go listen to a podcast or
I
like
definitely
go
don't
watch
listen to
a
music
movie.
as much as like the average person, I think. Like especially like when I'm with my girlfriend, like Sadie listens to so much music. She's always showing me new stuff all the time, and I'm just like, how do you like consume on this level? Like I seriously, like
I'm the
I've just listened to the songs I've been writing with one other artist like all year. Like I can't even.
You know those like Spotify rap themes that you can do each year?
Mhm.
I did mine this year and it showed like your decade of like listening, like how you listened like the past 10 years. And it was so funny because the year that we started like touring and like really doing the band seriously, like my listening rates went down like so like plummeted. Like I listened to so much music and then we were like touring and like started recording, I like wasn't listening at all anymore.
When we tour, I only listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't listen to music like
I listen to
every
a
day.
lot of music when we tour. I would actually think I would more.
Katie's like, I don't relate to any of that.
I consume a lot of music while we're touring. Well, because we've only done band tours, so we're just driving so much. And I had a hard time for a while listening to podcasts, I think, because I was like, well, but I could be listening to music. So I think I'm going to choose, like, I would just pick music until I started finding podcasts that I like. Now it's like pretty even, but I feel like when we're recording, I don't listen to it nearly as much.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, you're listening to blasted music all day and you're recording it over and over again. And you're done. You're like, I need some good silence or like a good podcast.
No, totally.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you listen to podcasts, Shan?
I don't really listen to many podcasts, honestly.
Really?
Interesting.
You're not
No.
like, you don't love podcasts? It's not like your go-to?
No. I wish I did. I understand the appeal, but like I don't know. I think I have my internal monologue in my head is so freaking loud that if I'm listening to a podcast, it's the same thing as like when you read a book and you read like 3 pages and you're like, I don't know what I just read.
I am the same way. Like I kind of take podcasts as reading a book, and I'm like not very good at reading. Like I don't enjoy it very much because I hate the silence of it. I'm
Yeah.
the same way. But I've gotten into podcasts more and more lately.
Yeah, I gotta find some good ones. I've like binged like things like Serial and stuff like that, and I do
those
like
are
that.
good.
Serial
Those
is
are
next fucking level.
Yeah,
But
I enjoy
I have
that.
to, maybe I'll say an unpopular opinion. I don't think Serial, like the first season was
The
just
first season
so
was
good, and then like
Yeah.
it
It
just
started
didn't
and ended there.
hold up.
I don't think I only listened to the first season, so I don't
First
know
season's
anything past
crazy.
that.
We actually binged the first season when we were writing our first record in New York.
Oh,
And
really?
Elise and I would come back from the studio. We were making our record in Brooklyn, and we would come back from the studio to this like Airbnb we were renting for like a month, and just cook dinner and turn on Serial, and no one would say a goddamn word for like 2 hours. Like we would just be cooking, and then we'd pause it every once in a while and be like, "What do you think?" for like maybe like 2 minutes, and then we'd be like, "Okay." Everyone's silent, just cooking dinner, silent, like
It's-
crazy.
I think I listened to it on a road trip, and it was like the best thing ever because then I just was like, I have something to do, and we don't have to talk, and I'm not gonna fall asleep. Because music when I'm on a road trip, like driving, like I love music so much, but when I'm like, I like some music that's really sleepy too. Like I'm not just listening to like Dua Lipa's album every
Right.
time.
Okay, that was my next question. Because I feel like for me, and this is like, I don't know, like obviously I think we listen to all kinds of music, but for me, especially during the quarantine and like during these times that are like really stressful and like a lot of people are struggling with anxiety and like a lot of uncertainties, I'm gravitating toward music that's like really uplifting and dancey and has like a really good beat, because I feel like I'm going to that music to like feel better. And for me, I don't really like, I use it sometimes, but I don't always use music to like feel sad. Does that make sense? Like I kind of process my sadness not through music, because I don't know how to explain it. I just don't do that often.
No, sad music can make you more sad.
Yeah,
And I feel like I sometimes do that on purpose.
I
Like,
can't tell you how many times I've played like a really slow song and Crystal's gone, can we please change it? And I was like, okay, I can't do this right now.
And maybe it's because I was raised, like my parents and my mom is this way. Like our parents were like super into disco and pop music growing up, and they always were like, oh my gosh, if you're sad, let's help you feel better. Let's turn on a song, let's dance, let's move, let's like try to feel better. And there was never like, I wasn't raised to like want to dwell in my sadness, if that makes sense.
totally.
But I know a lot of people, like I remember my ex-girlfriend was like, oh my gosh, this one specific song, she's like, I remember my junior year of high school, I would turn that on and just like cry. Like I'd just sit in my sadness. And I remember feeling like, what? Like, why would you want to do that? But I know so many people do.
I did that. I definitely did that. When I was also like, when I was actually sad, like, and in high school. Plus, I don't know, music is so therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like every reason, to be happy, to be sad, to be like understood, to feel less lonely. Like there's like everything for like sex. Like music is like any emotionally charged situation. There's like a song for it, and that's like, and it's probably why I love music so much too. And I have a hard time talking about my feelings sometimes. So like sometimes it's nice to just like have a song that like, even if not every word is like relatable, it's like, oh, they get what I'm talking about in my head, but not out loud.
Totally. And I think it's interesting, you know, the different ways like we use music to cope. Like some people really love to like lean into their sadness and that helps them process it. Some people are like, oh, I want to use music to like dance off my sadness. I want to go out with my friends. I want to use it as a distraction. And I think, yeah, I don't know. It's just so interesting, like the different ways we can relate to it. And at times I definitely can like sit in my sadness, but at the same time, I'm like, I love music so much. And I love like such a good beat, and that helps me like heal. So I think that's why with like during this quarantine, like I've really been listening to that Dua Lipa record because it just feels so good.
Totally.
Like I just want to turn it on in the morning and like make breakfast to it, and I want to go on a run to it and like take my mind off of all of my anxieties and like worries.
I
agree.
agree.
It helps me like escape and like get out of that for a bit.
It's crazy if you just like don't go on your phone one day, and like if you're lucky enough to be like where I am, and I'm with only people who aren't going to work every day or like leaving, whatever, you can almost like forget that it's happening. Like if you just like don't look at anything and you don't turn the TV on, and then you're like, wait, it's like getting to a point now where it feels crazy because this just feels normal.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Really weird. But
It's really weird.
And I think it's like, as human beings, we just adjust to anything. You have to adapt. Like you have to be like, you know, it seems really crazy for a minute, and then you get like into your routines again, and you like are like,
chameleons.
Yeah,
We must adapt.
We must adapt.
Incredible. Well, Shan, we have some questions we want to ask you.
Give it
They're
to me.
not that crazy. They're just like
We found
get to know you questions.
some like
Wait,
fun,
I
like,
wonder, really quick before you ask me, I wonder if I should put headphones in, because I feel like I'm reading the chat. First of all, some of them are just talking to each other. It's amazing. Second of all, I keep hearing them say that the echo and reverb's really bad, so I don't know if it would help if I put headphones in.
Do you want to try
So
it?
I'm waiting to see if they,
great to me.
I want to see if they'll answer.
I can
Guys,
hear.
or the chat?
Should she put on headphones, guys? Let us know.
Just try it. I'd say
I turned the volume way down on my phone so that you guys should try to.
People are
Okay.
saying,
I
okay,
can hear a bit of an echo. If you want to try headphones, I'd say just let's try it.
yeah, go for it.
I don't think it's gonna plug into my. Oh, these. Eros of. You're supposed to be watching the live stream because she just ran and brought me headphones. But I don't know if they're gonna connect.
Let's see.
You know what?
It's not. We're all right.
It seems
gosh,
better.
someone
I think
said
it's because I
you should
turned my
do-
phone volume down. So let's just.
It sounds
someone-
fine. Honestly, it sounds great.
Shan, someone just said she should do whatever she wants.
I love that. I hate that they like took the, what do you call it, phone, like jack out of the bottom of the phone.
Yeah,
I know.
The headphone jack.
So irritating.
We're just moving toward a time where technology is going to take over everyone. Like, it's getting
feel
crazier and crazier.
Apple picks us all up and drops us on our heads. Like
We
they're
have to
like,
do whatever
hey,
Apple
we made
wants.
this, so you have to buy it. And it's like
They're very
right,
annoying.
I
Apple's very
absolutely
annoying.
have to buy it.
And the thing is like, I will buy it.
I will buy it.
You know what I mean?
I keep buying it.
I'll buy
I bought it. I already bought it.
I already bought it.
I have
We're talking
AirPods,
on
I
it.
bought it.
Okay.
I have AirPods. I bought them. Okay, ask me the questions, and if
All right,
it gets
so-
too bad, I'll say.
Basically, I just Googled a list of fun questions to ask because I wasn't creative enough to come up with any.
I love that.
So here's the first one, and they're kind of crazy. So the first one is, what do you think, what's the sexiest name, and then what's the least sexy name you can think of?
Holy moly.
For like
Oh
a
my
girl.
gosh. Well, it's got to be something like. My brain immediately went to Carmen from the L Word, which is.
Oh,
For sexiest?
Yeah.
That's a cute name.
You know what?
That's a good name.
I'll give it up.
Or
Or
like,
like,
I'll give it up. That's the
cute.
first thing I thought of when you said Carmen was Spy Kids.
Really? No.
That's her name, Carmen.
yeah, me too.
I feel like anything that sounds like a name that came from Brazil is like the sexiest name.
True.
that's very
True.
true. But at the same time, we're half Latin. So like maybe it's so interesting, right?
I still think like Latin names are really sexy.
That's
Like,
true.
They're always good.
I'm trying to
They're
think.
very good.
Yeah.
Least
And
sexy.
the least sexy names is just like anything that you think your grandma would be named, but I don't
Like,
want to say it.
easily, the one that came to mind for me was Barbara.
Bertha.
Oh,
Barbara.
Mine was like Gertrude.
That's so.
Yeah, that's not
If
good.
you have this name, you're beautiful, and your name does not define
That's
you.
so true. If you
Shan-
have those names, you are beautiful.
Did you know that
your name Carmen? You're lucky.
dead ass? My dad to my mom was like, when my mom was trying to name me,
Yeah.
like, what about Barbara
Or Nancy.
or Nancy? And my mom went,
Nancy.
who did I marry? No.
You don't look like a Nancy to me.
Can you imagine
I don't
Nancy?
look like a Barbara either. What the fuck?
Barbara Ramirez.
Like, Dad, you're out of line, dude.
Nancy
No.
Ramirez.
All right, I got
Crazy.
another question for you.
Give it to me.
What is your favorite conspiracy theory that you know of?
That's fun.
I'm like intrigued by the Denver airport one.
Yes.
That one is
was
crazy.
That was
We've been
fucking
there
crazy.
so many
There's
times.
weird
it's so
energy
nuts.
there.
I know you travel a ton too, Shannon. So like,
Oh,
have you?
I've been there
like,
so many
that-
times.
That airport is nuts.
It has weird energy. The thing, I'm also extremely interested in like controversial conspiracy theories that I don't believe, but I just am like so like intrigued that people have like lost themselves so deeply in these
Yep.
holes. And I like I don't believe the 9/11 conspiracy, but like I can watch that content
Yes.
just because I'm like,
so much.
what
All
is
the evidence.
wrong with people? Like I just need to like, it's good to know that there are people like the people who are like protesting right now in Austin about like not wanting to stay home. Like
Yeah.
you just need to
Texas is
remind
like
yourself that that people exist that are like not on the same wavelength of you.
Yeah.
Especially because the internet is like an echo chamber and everything you say you're just gonna get it back to you. So like I forget that there are people who don't support gay people because
Yeah.
my internet and my phone is so like curated towards me at this point that like I just don't even see it until it's like right in my face.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
We're like are you on TikTok, Shan? I think you are, right? I've seen a couple of yours. TikTok is so crazy because there's such a like gay part of it, right? Which is like where I go personally. And then like every once in a while, like a very heteronormative like TikTok will come on my feed and I'm like, oh, that exists. I was like,
Oh
that's like the world.
no, something
Like,
happened to me and something's on my hat, which just grossed me out. Let's not look at that. Something happened. I didn't go on TikTok for a while. And then the next time I went on it, it was like only straight stuff. And I was like, I did a lot of work to curate this feed for myself. And I just left alone for like 2 days, and now I have to look at these like boys bite their lips. I don't want to. I don't want to.
That's so fucking true. I'll swipe and I'm like, nope, know your audience. I'm like,
No.
know your audience. No,
But there's some lesbians doing some cringy shit on
there's-
TikTok too.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
there's some
so-
craziness.
My girlfriend's sister, I was with her the other day, and she was like, "Oh, I just got a TikTok. I'm learning so much about lesbians." And I was like, "That's not the right place to learn." Like, why are you going there?
But there's also really good stuff too. And even the people who make cringy stuff, like I still appreciate. I honestly, at this point in my life, I just appreciate any queer content. Like I just think that like, I don't even care if it's cringy and like maybe not the best look. Like I grew up in a time, it makes me sound like I'm 40 years old, but when I grew up and I was in high school, I didn't have any queer content. I definitely didn't have any queer girl content at all. Like it was like, I didn't know you could be a lesbian. So I just thought only boys could be gay. So now I'm like, with everything has duality to it. So like, you know, it's annoying and some of the content's cringe, but also it's like, there is content and that is
so cool.
Such a big deal.
I remember the first time I saw, like, me and Crystal, like, went into, like, the lesbian hashtag for TikTok, and I saw so many. And, yeah, like what you're saying, like, some of it's, like, obviously hilariously cringy, but you're just like, this is so cool that there's so, especially because a lot of them are so young. I'm like, this
Super
makes
young.
me so happy that all these young kids are, like, so confident to make these TikToks and to, like, own their sexuality. Like, it made me so happy when I first, like, explored that and saw how many active, like, lesbian TikTokers were like popping off, and I was like, this is fucking
They
awesome.
were young, like a lot of them are in high school, which is so
I know.
cool that they're
It's
like
so
out.
cool.
And I'm assuming, I'm sure maybe some of them aren't,
maybe
but
they have a,
they're like publicly posting that like anybody could go find their TikTok, you know? So I'm sure
Yeah.
a lot of them are out, which is amazing.
Super cool.
Because,
It's crazy. That would have never happened.
oh my gosh, same as you. Of course, I know we're like, what, like 2 years apart? 3 years
I don't
apart in age?
Time's not real anymore.
Yeah, it's not real. Age isn't real.
no one has
But,
age in the quarantine.
When I was in high school, I know Lisa too, like, I definitely wasn't comfortable to be out, but and I would never post a TikTok about like
hell
being
no.
queer kitty.
No.
That was like not. So it's really cool. It's really awesome to see progress in the queer community like that. For
Totally.
sure.
I just read someone write in the thing. It said, "Is Shannon gay?"
Like, no. What do you mean?
What?
What
Are
do
you looking?
Why would you assume that?
Why would you think me? Look at my hair's drying so bizarrely. We can't talk about it. We cannot talk about it.
Oh my gosh! Did you cut your hair? She did.
Well, it was even shorter than this.
Yeah,
it was like
way
up to
short.
here.
I actually liked it. I thought it looked really
It
good
looks
on you.
really good. I love the haircut.
That's so
good.
cute.
Thank you, but I have my hair like chemically straightened, so obviously
Yeah,
I'm not getting it done right now.
Curly hair. I forgot.
It's getting curlier by the second. Like
That's
I just,
so funny.
Rock the curly hair for a bit.
Yeah,
Let's see what
rock it.
happens.
it's just so frizzy. So frizzy.
We love it.
I just saw someone else write Shannon has a man. I love this chat.
She's taken.
Out of line. Out of line.
Okay, my next question for you is, what is the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn? And we can all answer.
Shoot.
That I ever
Ourselves.
wore.
Yeah.
Oh, when I went through my Thrasher t-shirt phase and my Holy jeans, that was not tight. And I was also an adult woman. Like I was like 24 years old. So
Here's what I need everyone to understand, because I relate to you on such a hard level. I look back on photos of me a year ago and I go, oh,
Me too.
honey,
It's
not cute.
really crazy.
Like, you really thought you were killing it, and you weren't. And honestly, half the time, Shan, I was on stage. That's in front of hundreds of people.
I think it was like an important time in your life that you looked awful, or you wore something that was crazy, and I was like, that was like an important time.
I like
it wasn't just like junior high or high school, like that mattered.
Like, no, I was on stage in front of thousands of people every night. Okay? It's not
no,
fair.
I walked red carpets in like H&M blazers for sure. And that was just,
amazing.
that's not the vibe. But
I know. I think I've come to Ken was like, did you feel that way that night? And I didn't that night. And so that's what's good is like, I think you have to come to peace with
Like,
fashion.
you felt so dope in the
that
moment.
like you will always look back on yourself in 2 years and think you were the worst. Like,
No,
it's just okay.
I'm reading this book right now. It's called 101 Essays That'll Change the Way You Think. And I'm laughing because I'm saying right now, I've been reading this book for like 4 months, but it's a bunch of essays, right? So I only read like 2 or 3 like every few days. But I was reading one the other day and it said something about like, she said something like, if you ever look back at a time in your life and you aren't at least mildly embarrassed about something about your outfit or like what you were doing, essentially, I'm definitely taking this, I'm not quoting this correctly, but she's like, then that means you've stopped growing, because that means that you look back and you think like you thought you had it all figured out. So that's when you should be worried, is if you look back and you're not embarrassed of what you've done.
Yeah, but do you ever look at like junior high kids today and they look like they're Kardashians, and
They
you
look
look
like
at junior
adults.
high pictures of yourself when
They're so
you were in junior
cool.
high, it's like I literally just wore a ponytail every day and like literally just like that's what you could have cared less. And like people today, I feel like it's a different universe.
Kids
like,
are
junior
like
high today scares me so much.
I feel like
It's-
the crazy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shannon.
I was just gonna say it's because of like things like Instagram. Because if you think about
Yeah.
when we were all like in high school, middle school, whatever, we only had like, what were we gonna go get like a 17 magazine and know what we were supposed to be wearing? Like
Yeah.
that was like what you had. And then other than that, you know what we had? We had Disney Channel characters and what they
That's
wore.
what I was
And
gonna say.
that is not
We had
real style.
Hannah Montana.
I just dressed like Hannah Montana. Like I wore the little like tie, like the little cardigan.
The belt
shorts and
over your
cardigans.
clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
belt.
tie, you knot in the front. Not
Yeah.
That's all I wore.
Exactly. I think I
Yeah.
just like. All I wore when I was in junior high was zoomies. I thought zoomies was the shit.
Gauchos were crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wore like my brother's hand-me-downs. Like
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think about anything.
I'm so checked out. I was like, as long as I'm covered, I'm fine.
Oh, I was wearing like Hollister graphic tees that cost
Yeah, I
like
can see
$30 a shirt, and then like
American
would get a
Eagle.
hole, and then the second you put it in the washer and dryer,
Yep. So shit.
trash.
All right, next question. This one's kind of sweet, or it could be bad. I don't know. What's invisible that you wish people could see? So like, I immediately thought like maybe like something like love or whatever. Like, is there something that like
Coronavirus.
you feel like wish people could see it, like just sprinting from it all the time?
Wish you could see so you could.
Yeah, coronavirus is definitely topical. I don't know. My answer is like probably so. I'm like queen of the cheese, but I feel like if you could see people's souls, like what they're like, if their inner goodness is like there, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Their
Like
pure
I was,
intentions.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Like if they have
That's dope.
pure good intention or like,
yeah, exactly. I just wish it would be such a different world if like we didn't see how attractive or not attractive people were, and you were just like having to like decide who you wanted to be around based off like who they are, like what they offer to the world as like a person rather than, I don't know, a
Yeah.
product.
I
That
feel
would be
like
dope.
the older you get to, like, the older I'm getting, the more I'm just like, dude, I could care less about how pretty you are or like how all these things you are, like that are physical, right? Like, as long as you're like a good person who like I really connect with and I think is like really fucking awesome, then I want to be around you. I want to date you. I want to whatever. I think the older you get, the more that stuff starts to really like, you start to be able to see it. And you immediately like, I'll meet someone, I'm like, oh, she, or whatever, they're cute. She's cute. And if I don't like, if she's not cool, then I'm like, oh, you're not cute anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God, totally. I mean, you
Yeah.
just become way less, I don't know, what's the right word? I don't know, though. At the same time, you move to LA and for like a second, you kind of forget that like people are human beings and you're just like comparing yourself to everyone. I feel like y'all's song is kind of talking about that a little bit now, the Los Angeles one.
Absolutely,
sure.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think that was like so spot on for like when me and Crystal first started going to LA a ton and like trying to, that exactly what you just said is like not, I don't know, LA's a tricky one too. Like I feel like it's such a unique bubble, that place. And
Very
like
weird place.
finding your friends there and like finding everything, it's just, I feel like for so many people when they first move there, it's like a little scary and like a little hard. You
Yeah,
know?
especially if you're coming from a town like me, coming from Dallas, or you guys coming from Utah, like you know one thing your whole life, and then you're like, oh, everyone's so cool, and you just
Yeah.
immediately feel less cool. The second,
Yeah.
like I feel like if you're coming from your like small town, and you felt kind of cool in your town, you're kind of like, I'm cool, and then you get to LA and you're like, oh my God, I'm not fucking cool at all.
yes,
You guys are all cool.
You go back to your hometown and like, you're like,
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm cool in Utah, bro. And then you go to New York and you're like, what? You're like trying to keep up. You're like, what the fuck? What are they wearing? What? But yeah, I totally feel you on that. It's
It's too
weird.
crazy.
Okay, my next question is, and I like this one. What do you think in 40 years from now people will be nostalgic for? Like what artists, what movies, or like what feelings? I don't know. What do you think will be different in 40 years that people will miss?
It's so scary because it's going to be crazy, whatever's going on 40 years from now.
Right?
Like whatever kind of like, whatever the internet becomes. Oh, it's so creepy. I don't know. And also like the way we consume content is going to be so different.
We might
I
just
feel like
full-blown
I'll
AI.
be nostalgic. I can say what I'll be nostalgic. I'll be
Okay,
like nostalgic for playlists and like Spotify and just like that kind of like just like very like, I don't know, like you're just, everything we're creating right now feels very like we're the first people to do it, and we're like making these YouTube videos and we're making these Spotify playlists and like we're curating an Instagram. Like it's all like, for me it felt all like super creative and like this fun thing, at least at first. But like what is it going to be? What monster? It's already a monster. Like I loved Instagram in a way like 5 years ago that I now despise. Like I don't even really like going on Instagram anymore. Whereas like a long time ago, like I just thought Instagram was so fun. Just like people were just posting stupid shit. It wasn't like every single post was like so thought out. But I feel like with everything, and like it starts to sling back in the other direction too. Like I feel like a lot of people are like not caring as much about every single post, and like people are doing like dumps of like things, and like that feels way more refreshing to me than I sound like I'm like talking about myself because I just posted a dump yesterday. Go like it. But that's not what I mean. Like
I love
just in
dumps,
general.
by the way, I posted one.
But you know what I mean? It's just like I feel like people are changing. We're like going back the other way again, where we're just like, this is stupid. This shit is dumb.
Well, I've noticed that. Like, I feel like especially what I've been noticing a lot is like people crave authenticity and rawness. Now, I feel like we went through such a period of time where everyone was like, social media was solely for like your most perfect moments when you look super hot in that picture. It's the perfect angle, all this stuff. And now it's like, people don't want that. People love when you're just no makeup, have zits, chilling. Like people want to see your real moments now, because I think we just are so over people pretending to be perfect because it's not relatable, you know. And I think it's been different for artists too, all kinds of content creators. Like I've noticed artists like this, like I don't think Britney Spears, like that sort of model for a pop artist would work today. Like I think people need stuff that's more raw than that.
I agree completely. Even like, and even artists like Miley Cyrus had to like break out of those molds that like that the industry put on her because they thought it was going to continue to be like a Britney Spears inspired like pop decade, and she was like, fuck this, I'm cutting my hair, I'm swinging around with my nipples out. Like she had to go so extreme to just like get her like image back. And like I don't know, that's so much more refreshing to me. It's very cool.
Definitely.
Next cue. Let's see. Oh, I lost it. This is a crazy ass little list. Let's just throw something.
The craziest thing is if you can literally look up like questions to ask, like on the internet, and like there are some incredible questions to ask. I'm like, damn, people really thought about this.
You could ask what her quarantine name is.
Yeah, actually.
What is
that?
Your quarantine name is, how you feel, and the last thing that you ate.
How you feel?
How you feel?
Okay, well, this is funny. I feel chill, and the last thing I ate was a Kind bar, so I'm chill kind.
You
are chill kind bar.
We love
Elisa,
that.
what's yours?
Mine is, last thing I ate was a chip. Like, you have the chip, right? And I'm happy, I guess. I'm a happy chip at the moment. I'm happy.
That's a good one.
I'd say mine is silly guacamole. I feel silly, and I just ate some guacamole.
Silly guac.
That's perfect.
Mine is a silly carrot.
Silly carrot.
I think I'm like a content celery.
A content celery.
Shut up.
Oh,
Content celery is my favorite one.
Yeah, content celery is crazy. That's out of control.
All right. Next cue. We'll ask a couple more.
Yeah, these are nuts though. I'm like trying to find one, like, cause like there's some bangers, right? There's like 50 questions. There's some bangers and there's some that are like, that is so crazy, I will not ask that. So I'm saving you from a lot of craziness right now.
Saving these off the live from the crazy, crazy ones.
I'm
Shannon,
down
how
for
you
whatever.
feeling with your drink? Are you feeling loose and good?
I've been like, it's a slow sipper, but this also like, this looks like a fishbowl drink. This looks like something I should be like sharing.
It's like a goblet.
It's like,
massive.
it's not as big as it is appearing, I think, as I'm holding it like this.
Yeah, that looks massive. I'm starting to feel good. Mine's chilling now. I'm starting to feel good.
I'm feeling a little loose. I feel great.
Wait, I just found a good one. I found a really weird one.
I saw one that was really strange, and I wanted to read it.
I want to ask this one because it's kind of. I feel like okay. Let me just ask it, and I'll say how I feel. What do you feel like is the most awkward thing to like check out with a cashier? Like, what's the most awkward like set of things that you could put in front of a cashier to check out, and you just like would not make eye contact because it's so weird.
Oh my gosh, this just makes me think of this one terrible story of one time we went into like an Ulta. I was buying a bunch of random stuff, and then as I was checking out, you know, they have like the little items at the front.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I just was like, felt really inspired, and there was a thing of poopery on the thing. And I just was like, oh my God, it's so cute. Like, I love those small things, and I don't know why. I literally just like, I want to buy that poopery. So I'm holding this poopery. I'm holding all my stuff in my hands like this. And someone walked up to me, and they're like, oh my God, Shannon, like, a classic. It was like, I don't follow you, but my friend loves you. Like, can we take a picture to send to my friend? And I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, whatever. Don't think about it at all. He pulls out a camera, takes a selfie. I'm holding my shit. It's literally poopery. Like, right here. I'm holding it.
That's so good.
It was not that awkward to check out with, but it was like, I thought about it for days and days and days afterwards. Like, someone is out there.
Also,
that
He
picture.
was fully lying. He was easily your biggest fan. He's like, I don't follow you, but like my friend does. Can I get a photo?
Honestly, though, probably not. If he's a boy, he's like, I don't know who you are. My like ratio is like 2% boys.
Insane. I think mine would be like the most awkward, like lube or something. I feel like that's one that you're just kind of like.
Yeah.
Like we all know.
Or like a Monica.
Let's go. Or yeah, like a medicinal personal situation. It's like,
Like, just like a young, like 15-year-old boy cashier, like, what?
You're like, he probably doesn't even fucking know though. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, what is this?
I used to be embarrassed just to buy tampons when I was younger.
I know, right?
That's
Now I
one
don't give a fuck.
That's one that's so crazy. Like, I was just gonna bring that up. Like when you're buying tampons, right? When I was younger, now I've like owned it, and I'm like, bitch, I'm buying tampons. I'm a human woman. Like, what do you want me to do?
The first time I bought tampons though, when I was really like a lot younger, I was pretty scared.
Yeah.
I've never done this before, and I feel weird about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, yo, I'm a human being who has a period. Like, what?
Yeah,
do you want me to
I think
do?
when I was younger, I thought that maybe I was like too young to have gotten my period for some reason. Just because like I grew up in Texas, and I don't think that our sex ed was like that good, obviously. Because I was like, am I like, I shouldn't have my period yet. I thought like women had their periods, and I was like, I am a little boy basically. So.
No, I feel you. Especially like
I was so triggered when I got my period.
especially Elisa and I only have older brothers, and so like
True.
I was the first to go into that territory, and I didn't know anything about it. Like, I mean, like my mom definitely obviously helped out, and she's like not someone who's like super guarded that way, but at the same time, like I didn't have older sisters, so like I didn't know what that was. No, I'm a tomboy. I don't get a period, and like I got my period, and I was like, what? I don't get a period.
Tomboys don't get periods. That's how it
I
works.
don't get periods. I was like, my brothers don't have periods. Why would I have a period?
I think I definitely, like, for the first 2 years of having a period, like, pretend I didn't. Like, refused to let anybody know. It was just me and my mom.
Which is so crazy. Like, oh my gosh. It's so funny how we're raised to, like, why would we ever be embarrassed about that?
I have
Like,
no
it's
idea.
so
I used to like
dumb.
open my tampons like this in the bathroom at school,
So
like as quietly as I could. Like I was just like,
You don't want someone.
No one
You don't want
heard, right?
You're opening the little metal.
Oh, yeah, it's so sneaky about
yeah, the laugh.
So sneaky. So
Can't do
sneaky about the
anything.
fucking lid. Oh my god. Fuck that. That's so annoying.
We have 6 minutes till it's going to
Okay, last question then. Last question.
Give it to me.
Because it's kind of sweet. If someone asked to be your apprentice right now, what would be the most important thing you would teach them? Like a younger person, I guess. Huge question.
Huge
Weird.
question.
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Like if they
I
were
think-
only gonna
If they were
take
trying to
one
learn,
thing from you.
Like learn the Shannon Beveridge way.
Maybe just like how to create things in a really organic, like, I think that my favorite thing in the world is to try to like understand a brand and then like create the content that's supposed to go with that brand. So like I think just trying to show someone how that can be really cohesive and something that you don't force. That would be like the thing, like other than just being like teaching them how to be themselves, I guess. But like
Yeah.
if it was about kind of more like job oriented things, it would definitely
Yeah.
just be like showing someone that like there's a really organic way to like market something in a way that doesn't feel forced and just like makes someone like makes an audience interested in
Yeah.
what you're making.
Like
If
build
that
an
makes sense.
authentic brand.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's sick. I love that.
You're
Well,
so
hell
good at that.
Yeah, you're
Seriously.
the perfect person to learn from about that.
Stop it.
So we love that.
Shannon, it's fun to catch up with you.
Yes.
I know.
It's been so long.
Miss you.
I feel like this live just flew by.
I
It's
know.
already over.
It's crazy. I know you didn't even get to see Mika.
Oh,
Did you guys
no.
hear her? She meowed a second ago. She walked by.
She's
I
around.
need to see her.
Please
She's
bring her
amazing.
into
I like love the stories of that cat.
They're
watched
so crazy. I love them.
She's so sweet, you guys, and so strange. I would totally go get her, but I just have no idea where to start.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't know where she
She's
is.
just a cat, and she does what she wants. She goes where she wants.
They're hard to find sometimes. Definitely.
She's also like has like human. It's so weird because she like sweats like a person.
Really?
Yes. Eros brought her.
Yes.
Bring her.
Let me see.
Oh!
Say hi.
I love her.
Oh my gosh.
Those big
She's
eyes.
like from another planet. I love her.
I
Wow.
love
Like
cats.
breathing so hard.
She
Hi.
just have like that soft, like
Oh,
dark
like,
skin.
For sure.
Look at, I just want you guys to see her little belly.
She's
And then
like
I'll put you
this.
down, Mika, I promise. But you gotta help me with these straight legs. Okay. Why are you so erect? I can't get her to turn around.
I love that.
Yeah, stop it.
Amazing.
Shannon,
Okay.
thank you so much for being a part of the digital wellness
For
tour.
the second part.
Seriously,
I had so much fun.
I love chatting. Obviously, we love chatting with you and just talking about. I feel like, you know, different ways we're coping in the quarantine and asking questions and getting to know you better. And you're the best. Thanks
Yeah.
for being on.
Cheers.
Y'all are the best. I love you
Cheers
all.
to that.
Yes, and when we're all back in Los
Till we meet
Angeles, can
again,
we
ladies.
please? Oh, when we're all back in Los Angeles, can we please go out? Can we please hang out?
Yes.
We'll do something.
Till we meet again.
Yes, of course. Please. Love you all.
Absolutely. Love you.
Yes,
Cheers.
love you.
I have to go wash
Bye.
my hands because I'm allergic.
Oh no.
I'm allergic too.
Wash those hands. Stay well. We love you.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Jen. Bye.